All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? Thank you so much. We're a little bit late. Yes, sorry. Sorry.
I think it was my fault. Was it me?
No, I was late too. Let's be honest. 3 out of the 4 people on here are Black. So, I mean.
I just love that we're here. B, they will be late. They had to work, but they will be here. And we already have lots of people joining us. I'm so excited.
Yay!
So we have the amazing RM Virtues with us. Woo! Round of applause.
I want y'all to know I went through my whole closet trying to find something to wear and then just quit after.
We should have just come naked.
I was gonna ask. I was like,
just showing up in my sports bra.
And I showed up trying to put my camera on and then forgot to put a shirt on because I don't wear a shirt in the house. And then I was like, okay, wait, I gotta get dressed.
Oh, honestly, it's so hot.
It's hot as hell. My gosh.
It rained yesterday here for like 20 minutes, and then ever since then it's just like hot. But there's nothing left.
Stormed here.
It was raining here too. I didn't even go at the house because I don't like to be getting wet like that. Like unless
like that.
The other kind of wet. We all prefer that.
I think so.
Oh my gosh, so funny. But yeah, so I'm so excited. I'm also like nervous sweating and then it's also hot. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh gosh. I don't know, RM, I don't know why you're nervous because you are the amazing being that you are. So
I know.
No, this is literally my first live interview ever. Like ever.
This is mine also. So
look at my camera. Look at it. Oh god. Every time I look at it, just so looks like a tiny chat room. Jesus Christ.
Side note, hey Princess. Hello.
Yeah, Princess is here. Thank you so much. Love you. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy that you said yes to doing these interviews. I'm just so thank you.
I mean, as soon as we asked, I was like, hell yeah, I thought, I was gonna ask anyway. Like, are we gonna talk or what?
You
was gonna be like, put me in this live immediately.
I didn't know y'all were gonna have a whole lineup. I was just gonna be like, hey, let's get on the horn and talk. I don't know. And so it worked out.
Yeah, please. So you can stop bothering me and bother everybody else.
Wow.
Bothering.
Remember that? Mm-hmm. Acting up already. What are we at? Like 5 minutes in? Okay. And you was late.
3.5 minutes into the live, she was late and
acting up.
Wow.
Strikes.
Wow.
Strikes.
Wow.
We're gonna talk about that later.
You was late.
I was late. I own that, okay?
Oh god.
So since we on late, since we're running a little late, let's just do a little icebreaker, just do something to throw it out there. So what is your favorite sex position?
Wow, you opened it up. I mean, Whit warned me, so it's okay.
Hold on, I'm just out here and we're starting with that? Okay.
It's a little icebreaker.
I have flashbacks to some icebreaker. We don't icebreak like this though, so that's good.
I know.
It's
fine.
Since it's hot, we had to just cool it down a little bit. So
that ain't cooling it down. But anyway, as you can see, I'm a big boy, so I like to eat. You know what I mean? Like I like to eat. So it's that's that on that.
Yes.
Already,
you know what?
You about to get in trouble.
We love heroes who can eat. Heroes who can eat. Am I right?
I mean, what else you gonna do? Look, we don't do that fake shit. I don't know that DJ Khaled shit. I ain't about it. Like, what are you talking about? No.
I am so
Civil
sorry.
War.
My sound is acting up.
Immediately.
I'm gonna leave and then come back.
Let me fighting Aaron here.
Okay,
Mhm.
B.
That is strike number one of you showing your ass right there, right there. That's number one.
I thought that was a good thing.
score.
Damn.
You know what? 20 points for you. That was
That's what I thought.
phenomenal.
That's what I thought. Mm.
Oh my gosh, the chat is going wild.
That was
Aaron said, "What a way to enter a room." Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
so to add on to that question, when you say that you like to eat, is there
I
a
mean, just a glass.
particular position you like to eat in? Because is it on the back? Do you prefer? I mean,
Nah, I mean, like, sit on my face. That's just, it's easy for me. Lay back, chill out, you know?
Princess,
what?
you're right. You're right, and I don't mind.
I like that.
Is that strike two? Or?
I like that.
No, that's no, no,
We'll allow it.
no. We'll allow it.
I like that.
Oh, it's amazing.
You're brave. You're brave.
I mean, I try.
Right.
Because honestly, that could be a one-way ticket to asphyxiation. Like seriously, like
Mhm.
Or paradise.
I mean, that's a good way to die. I feel like
what
that's-
a way to go.
If you suffocated happy. I mean,
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Shit.
When you get to the pearly gates, they be like, "Well, how did you go?" You be like,
let me tell you real quick.
You know what?
Let me
Just send me back.
You're like, wait, I wasn't done.
Like, wait,
You
can
be
we
like,
do
it
an
happened
instant replay on that?
Send me right back. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
I like that.
Oh, so Heather has a question, and it kind of ties in with my question.
Yeah.
Kind of like your writer origin story, if you will. Yeah, when did you start writing? When did you decide that this is what you wanted to do for a living?
I mean, I started writing really young. I was probably like 8, 9 years old. Not romance, obviously, but I used to write like music lyrics, poetry. But like, you grow up and then people start telling you like it's not gonna work out. Figure it out. Go somewhere else. Do something else. So I went and got a degree, and then I got another degree, and after that degree, I was still like, I don't want to do whatever
Yeah.
I went to school for.
Right.
And so when we all had to quarantine, I was like, might as well try it. Like, you know what I mean? So I did that. I'd never finished a manuscript fully before. And then I finished Drag Me Up. And I was like, start easy. Because I usually would have like these huge projects in my head and I'd be world building forever and never finish anything. So I finally finished that one. And I thought, okay, like I can do this. Like I can do it, and I can do it pretty quickly. Avita that you guys are having on later on, she was kind of the one that told me, hey, romance is a place that you can do, write the things that you like to write, do whatever you want to do. So I was like, all right, let's try it. So I did that, and now we're here. So it was like a year ago where I was like,
Thank you, Avita.
let's do it.
I know. I had no
quarantine.
Thank you, quarantine. Thank you, Avita. That's amazing.
I know.
That's amazing. And I love how like you didn't quit, even though people were saying, "Oh, it's gonna work out for you." And like, look, here we are, 2 amazing books out, a third on the way. That is just, that's fantastic.
I'm like, it went by in a blur. I barely remember writing either of them. And then, like I started editing book 2 and I was just like, when did I write this? What did I write? Like, what did I, do? And I didn't remember none of it. So it was like, yeah, during quarantine, the days kind of blurred together. I was going to school and that was it. And I just kind of did it, like just buckled down and said, you know what, finish it, like get an ending on it, map it out, do something, make it work. So it worked out. And now it's like the easiest thing in the world to get a whole book outlined, which is crazy. Like, did you know that if you plot something out, it's easier? Like, yeah, I figured that out.
Problem is that what the problem is?
Let me start plotting some shit out because this is hard. That's me.
So that's amazing. So you're a plotter. You're not a pantser at all?
I think I'm in the middle because I won't do a lot of it. I'll put like maybe 5 bullet points, and then whatever comes in the middle is just whatever comes in the middle. Like, that's why right now these edits are so hard because I'm like, I did not think this thing through at all. So I got to go back and fill in all these plot holes and look, let's just fuck, because then I don't have to think about the plot holes and nobody else is going to ask either. So, I didn't do that. I swear I didn't do that.
You know what? That sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a plan. One of the characters asks a really important question and like, you know what? Let's just bang. It's fine.
Exactly. You don't need to know all that. Why are you asking questions?
Let's just fuck.
So Princess is asking, where can she spend her money? Amazon and Patreon links for RM Virtues is going to be in the description box for you. So please
go ahead and snap that up. And Princess, no, I do not have a booktube yet.
I know she did ask. And also we have this question: who's behind the playlist? We all
chipped in a little something.
Bit.
It's a group effort.
It's a group effort.
The mayors of Hoe Valley got together and was like, which songs are going to get the people the horniest? Let's go.
And you did that. Yeah,
we did.
Which song's gonna bring the hoes out of the bush? Because some hoes in the bush and y'all don't want to come out. So we was like, come on out.
And then Princess is also asking,
Hi. I was literally going like 50 to get here. I was like, first. I have your brakes working.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Oh, look, you better not hesitate when you're driving with me because you'll get hit, bitch. You better move your car.
No hesitation. I love it. You made it. Record time. That's awesome.
Literally.
So
okay, what were you guys asking about? Sorry.
No, it's fine. We were just going through some comments on the live chat here. RM, do you have a BookTube channel?
I do not.
I didn't think so. There was a question.
IG, Twitter. I'll probably get on TikTok eventually, but I'm an old man. So it takes me a while to get caught up with everything. So,
TikTok confuses me, but I'm going to get it.
I mean, look, I try to record so many times. Like, I was trying to record just like reading a little bit of what are the odds, and I thought I had a whole minute. Went a whole minute. It was 15 seconds, cut off 45 seconds ago. I was like, I rage quit and walked out.
Right. That's like, you know what? Done.
I just don't get like the filters because like they don't have names on them. You have to like it's just visual pictures, so you just gotta pray and hope you click the right one. I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry.
It's overwhelming. Like you can't get me like that. I'm gonna need a little more step-by-step instruction because I can't do it.
It's doing really well. TikTok is a really good way for authors to like be promoted right now though. And I love that. Like I know booktubers and bloggers are hating on it, but like when you can get information in 10 seconds flat, that's how people want it. So it's the easiest way to get it.
Right. Exactly.
Kind of like the faster the better in that regard, not in other things. But not all things. RM's Twitter and Instagram are also in the description box, so you can follow there as well. So Heather's asking why third person?
Honestly, before writing What Are the Odds, I didn't really know if I could write first person. Like in all honesty, it was a lot of dysphoria for me. Trying to write from a female perspective and a male's perspective, and I was like, I wasn't comfortable with it at the time. What Are the Odds really was just like, let me try it. Mm-hmm. It felt comfortable, but at the same time, I felt like I wasn't. I felt like I couldn't differentiate between my characters well enough that I felt comfortable with it yet. So obviously, I mean, now that I know I can do it, I'm gonna try to do it more. But with this series, I decided to stay with the third person. It's also too is just third person for me. I don't always like to be in like the character's head. You know what I'm saying? Like reading or writing. Like I don't always like to hear just the thoughts of somebody. Like I like to include, more prose, more description. Um, I prefer that to being in a character's head all the time and only seeing what they see. So it feels a little better to me. Like it's not as limiting, I guess.
You have a little bit more freedom when you're not stuck in that first person.
Can I just say, I haven't finished Drag Me Up yet, but your writing is immaculate. Like, I know you go into romance novels expecting like, a pretty chill modern story, but like it's so well written and it's just really beautiful. And that I have to put this down and actually like set time aside for it because I want to give it all of my attention because it's so well fucking done.
Thank you.
You snapped. You really did.
I mean, it's good to hear because I was like, I mean, I'm obviously worried about it, like being my first novel and then doing, the writing, the editing, the marketing, everything by myself and not really knowing like, what I was doing. I was brand new to romance when, I wrote the book. So it was I was, reading as much as I could as possible. Like I read probably maybe 4 or 5 books before I, just went in and said, okay, let's do it. Now that I read more romance, it's a little bit easier to see how things work, but I still feel like I prefer like the hybrid of like fantasy and romance and like, other genres. Like I just don't like to limit myself and say, okay, I'm going to do this one thing in the rigid way everybody else does it. So like when I'm editing, I don't read a lot. Like I don't, usually I, read a little bit per day, but I don't read a whole lot when I'm editing or when I'm like really drafting, like really in the drafting process. I usually, will keep the books that I really want to read in between those because it takes me forever to read anyway. But just so that I don't have that influence of like, picking up somebody else's cadence or somebody else's rhythm, whatever. And that way too is like a lot of the times I build my characters before I even think about the story. So the character voice is really important to me, and I don't want to dilute that by reading something else and being like damn, I really love this character, and just trying to not do that. Like I know that happened when I started writing What Are the Odds. I just read If She Says Yes by Tasha, and I was like, I love this man. Like I love him. Tomas,
I love that book. I love that book.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I read it twice, and I started it the third time, and I was like, damn, I can't do this. Like I have shit to do. So I had to put it down, and then I kind of played myself because then I read Liquor and Laundry. So it was like Tasha really doesn't want me to get anything done ever. So I read that really quick, like in 2 nights. I've never read a book that fast, and I was just like, damn, like it's crazy. So I had to give myself like a few days to get over that book hangover before I started writing again. So it was like, yeah, that's just something like I have to look out for because I do like internalize that stuff really easily. So
I saw T.M.M. Richardson ask why or how was Greek an inspiration for your novel, and that was when I was going to ask. Yes, Greek mythology. This one right here. What attracted you to Greek mythology as a basis for your novel? That was one thing I wanted to know too, because I feel like, so you know how Katie Roberts has Neon Gods and all of her retellings. I felt like yours is wholly different just because of like the level of prose. Once you're like that period, the level of prose you're getting in that book, and then just the storytelling. It feels like you're really like moving along through something that's really well developed. Like what inspired you? Like how did Greek mythology inspire you?
So honestly, I've loved Greek mythology since I was a kid. Like I got the I got the Iliad before I could read it. So like I took it from the library, didn't take it back. Now my name's on the librry because I didn't return it. Whatever.
Okay.
That is me right here.
But so it's like I always loved those stories, but I also felt like, obviously there's like, nothing good comes out of these stories. Like there's no happy endings for anybody. It's Zeus is a dick and nobody ever wants to talk about it. Everybody's always like, he's a hero, he's the best. And I'm like, he is a jackass. Like he's the worst person to have ever.
I love talking about how Zeus cannot keep it in his pants and he will literally fuck anything with a hole. Like honestly.
But like, look, I get that. I understand. You ain't gotta be turning yourself into fucking golden showers and shit. Like, just ask, bro. Just ask. Everybody knows who you are. Just be like, hey, you want to fuck? No? Okay, great. I'm gonna go to the next person. Like, what are you doing?
He had to literally like make himself into somebody else.
Right.
Why?
Like you're really dressing up as other people's husbands to try and sleep with somebody? What the fuck are you
For
doing?
real.
He was like, by any means necessary.
He sound bad. He sound bad.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, don't you want, like, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, to me that's like a lot of pride. Like I want you to know it was me. Why the hell am I gonna dress up like somebody else? You know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
it was me.
Everybody was saying Zeus is trash.
Made me realize how trash Zeus is. Like I didn't really like grasp how bad he was reading like just regular Greek mythology, but like someone shoot this man. What is wrong with you?
Yes.
Sick out.
Like literally throw this dude. Like, this is the one y'all saved? This is the kid that y'all saved? No. Like let that man go.
This is your king?
But yeah, exactly. So I think that was a big thing too. But I mean, I'd been writing about Greek mythology in a lot of different ways since I was a kid. And then Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, and I loved that game. Everything about it, it was exactly the way I pictured ancient Greece to be, and like, the gods. And then the Hades game came out and had, Black Athena, and I was like, okay, so we can do this. Like this, I can do this. And that was the big thing too, because I would read all these retellings and all these stories, and I'd watch videos on YouTube, and there'd never be dark-skinned people. There would never be black people. There was never, obviously everybody in Greece, like they were all queer. Come on, but you never see that. So it's like, how are you gonna act like?
Yes, they was.
Like, they didn't care. They didn't care about your Western homophobia. They didn't give a shit about any of that. So it's like, how are you gonna act like that's not real? Like you never put that on the page. You never put that, whatever. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey did that. So they let you, romance other characters, and he, both fit male and female could do, everybody. So it wasn't limited like that, but it was still like, that's the first time. And it's still like, their dark-skinned characters in that game were horrible. Like it was like they just turned the saturation up or some shit. It looked bad. And it was just like, okay. So I mean, I thought we can do this, there was room for it. I wanted to read it, so I wrote it.
Period.
Kind of, sad that I can't read it for the first time. You know what I mean? I'm tired of that book. But whenever everybody started reading it, I fell in love with it again. So that was cool to read it from somebody else. Because everybody would be posting quotes, and I'm like, who the fuck wrote that? And then it'd be like, oh, that's me. I mean, that was fun. But I just really always loved Hades. It wasn't like Hades and Persephone wasn't even my like ship. Like that wasn't I actually loved Hades and Hera, which because she deserved better than Zeus. But it was like
100%.
He was always the bad guy, and Hades just wanted to do his job. Like y'all niggas want to leave him alone. Why would you ever leave him alone? Like damn. So it was like for me, I was like, you know what? leave him alone. Like let's get this man out of this abusive relationship right now. So for me, that was a big thing. Is just like giving him a chance to, say, I'm done with my brother. Fuck all that. I'm not cleaning up for you anymore. Goodbye. And it was fun for me because it felt like, it was kind of like a personal journey too. It was like, being able to cut off toxic family members and realize it's not your fault. Like, this isn't something that you have to put up with. It's nothing that you have to go through. You don't have to do that just because they're blood or just because they're family or just because you made a promise to somebody, whatever. Like, you can do what you have to do for yourself. And having other people tell him that was really where he was like, oh shit, like I was never by myself. He was never the only thing I have, So going forward, he can kind of say, okay, I have a huge family that I had to take care of, and this man is intervening with that. So I just really wanted to tell that story and also to see myself in that story. So like, having trans characters, having queer characters and demisexual characters, like I didn't, see a lot of demisexual, characters either. And it always made me feel like, because I like sex, I like smut, everything else, but there's always that emotional attachment to me. So it's like it was good to be able to do that, to be like, yeah, let this man fuck, but like let him be in love first too. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
Yeah. So I mean, all in all, though, like Greek mythology seemed like that was really like the easiest thing for me to write about, which is why I started with it, because I already had all these ideas about the different couples and really like doing couples that usually people don't see. So like, Dionysus and Athena was very big for me, and I realized a lot of people might not get that, but it's just like, this man is chaotic as fuck and she is chill as fuck. Like, she don't want anything to do with this. And then they fall in love, and it's like, well, now I got to deal with it because that's what I like. It's just like, putting the people together that you don't see usually, and then being like, oh shit, yeah, this works. So, I mean, yeah, it's been fun.
That's what I like too, because I feel like people usually keep their personalities very one note to the point, when you think of the Greek gods. But like, I feel like you added another layer of humanity to these gods, and that's so hard to bring gods down to like a human level, but like you're really opening them up and like tearing these bitches open, and like we get to see them. I really like that. Love that. And I also know Princess at Castle Library is screaming right now because when you said Assassin's Creed, I know she lost her credit once.
That was her
I know
phone.
she won't click that book, so you have a new #1 fan. I know y'all gonna get together someday, so just watch out for her. She's crazy. Watch out.
I know she was asking, like, are you a gamer? So you are a gamer. Okay,
Yeah.
Assassin's.
Yes. I was replaying, Assassin's Creed Origins because I started my mummy retelling and thought, I can get, because it's all ancient Egypt, everything. So
Did you say mummy retelling?
Yes, I wanted so bad.
Listen, I am so ready for that mummy retelling because I loved that movie.
What is your comfort movie, and why
And
is it the Mummy?
I am ready for this.
yes, yeah, I love that movie so much.
So excited.
Yeah, so that, hopefully I can have that. I mean, I don't want to make promises, but if I tell y'all now, I have to do it, right? So I'm hoping Halloween for the first book. I'm thinking a trilogy right now, just to like have it.
Halloween? Say what now?
Because it was, we had to tell the origin story, but we also want a monster fucking story with the mummy. Like, what do you mean? How can I not do both? So it's like,
Yes.
And then, obviously there's a lot of lore that can come from that, but I can make lore from that, but then have it be really fucking black. So then I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So
Really fucking black. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Everyone is loving the mummy retelling. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Brazen Babe Reviews said she just wanted to say that Hades and Persephone being black and queer is just the icing on the cake for her, and it was such a joy to see on page.
This one, yes.
Yes.
Hi, Praise and Babe Review. That's my boo.
The best
You're
reactions,
not
though.
Yes,
I
you
watched
are.
your reactions, like your live thread. That was the best shit. I was like, I love this. Like,
Listen, between her and Whit, their live threads be giving me lives. I love it. I live for that shit. Like, for real.
I was sitting here at 3 a.m. just laughing at her video for like 30 minutes, just laughing. But I was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Like that's the energy I need, you know? So
Yeah.
that's good.
So also this question, what was the idea behind the Gods of Hunger series?
So again, it was really just like trying to, put myself, my communities in Greek mythology. Initially, I planned to do multiple mythologies in the same series. I decided to break them up into separate series, though. So, like Egyptian myth will have its own series, and then Norse myth will have its own series. So they'll be in the same world. So, like I don't know if there will be any overlap. I don't want to make any promises about that because I haven't really thought about the other series yet. But they do exist in the same world, and I know that like that's something too that a lot of people kind of asked me was like, well, does it take place in our world? Does it take place in another world? And it's really, I wouldn't say it's our world. I think it's our technology, like the stuff that we have, but there's a lot of stuff in the world that just doesn't cross over. So like the diseases that we're familiar with, or like, car, the makes and models of cars, things like that. Like I left that really open. So it's really these ancient civilizations in a modern world. And so there's probably no, United States. There's probably no.
Who needs that?
Right.
Throw it away.
There's probably no colonized places. Let's just say that. There's no, you know what I mean? So it has that, Wakanda feel where, it's untouched by the outside, but it has its own internal things going on at all times. So everybody's always, working on, doing their shit or dealing with it. And I don't have to worry about like the real world because I'm a big escapist. I don't want to deal with that shit.
Right.
And like with Persephone, I kind of hinted at there being, trans misogyny, bigotry, transphobia, but I'm not putting it on page, like not explicitly. Same thing with Aphrodite, Hestia. I don't need it. I don't feel like I have to always put my pain on a plate and sell it. So I would rather just, put my characters on there and say, this is our story. And sometimes we just exist to not teach y'all lessons. Like sometimes we just exactly. So that's it, right? Like that's it. I'm not looking to teach nobody a lesson or nothing. Like it's just a matter of I'm trying to, show people like we can just exist. We don't need to fit the plot or be relevant to the plot or whatever other fucking excuses there are out there. Like, oh, if it makes sense for the plot. No, fuck that. Like I exist and I don't need it. So that's what it is. That's what we did.
He's really on here preaching, y'all. I did.
Come on now.
No, I just love like just love, no pain. Like nothing, like it doesn't have to be, like trauma. It can just be love.
Right.
Exactly. And it's like too, it's like because when I did my interview with Nick, we talked about like external conflict versus internal conflict, and I was like, I try to keep it external because I don't want to deal with that shit. Like I don't want to deal with the internal shit. Like we can have a miscommunication and fix it real quick. Do what we have to do, but I don't like that shit gives me anxiety. That's why I can't watch romantic dramas to begin with. Like I want this. So I just, let's deal with somebody else, and then do it together. Like that's
I
fun.
love uncomplicated love stories. I
Yes.
do.
Right. I don't need the struggle all the time.
Exactly.
I came here to read and get horny. That's it.
I'm struggling in real life. I don't want to struggle in books too. The fuck?
Girl,
Like,
amen.
The escapism, like if you're having that hard time and struggle like in life, you want to read books to escape. You just want to see that love
Exactly.
on page.
Yes, because that can be healing. Just to
Mhm.
like people loving
Yeah.
on each other and having that like process to go through. I like that a lot. I have a question though. How have your experiences as a queer person helped you shape this novel, and also has this novel helped you heal in any way while you've been writing it?
That's a good question.
I think for me, the thing about like, me coming out and, saying I'm trans, that's always been easy for me because I really didn't struggle the way a lot of other people struggled. I'm not saying like, my family was super understanding when I was younger, because they really weren't, but I think it was more because they didn't really understand it than, they were against it. Because when I did come out, I was, 24, 25, and everybody was just like, okay. And that pissed me off more than, them getting mad, because I was like, you guys made this a big deal my whole life, and now it's like, okay. So, but I mean, for me, I transitioned pretty, quickly. I had a lot of, resources that a lot of people don't have. Like I got that. Like I was very privileged in being able to get, hormone replacement therapy really fast and getting top surgery and going through that. So, and then, having, most of my family members, they're really responsive to it. My siblings have always been really, supportive. So that's also something too, though, is what was like, I used to feel so bad about it, like not going through struggle or not going through. I mean, I had other shit to worry about. Like I had, other issues to worry about that I never really thought about it. So writing this book, it was kind of like telling myself it's okay not to be angry at yourself for going through bad shit. Like it's okay to not struggle. Like it's okay for you to be like, okay, like I realize I'm privileged and I can say that. Like I understand that, but I don't have to feel bad because I transitioned, quickly or the way I did. Like I don't have to feel bad for like not like, never really having to go through the transphobia that a lot of people do, because I could walk into the men's bathroom when I was younger and not worry about nobody fucking with me. Like I didn't have the problems that a lot of people have. So I was really conscious of that at all times. But I mean, this book was basically saying like, you can be that and you can say you are, because it's not like I was ever hiding it. So it was like, I don't feel like I have a reason to, like, I'm not afraid of it, so writing this book was kind of just like saying that to myself and, to other people, like if you didn't struggle or if you are struggling, that's okay. Like we're all going to have a different journey through it. But the fact of the matter is, as long as you don't, like if I would have turned out, saying, oh, you guys aren't, I'm better than everybody, or, I'm above everybody because I got it done and y'all can't do it. Like then that would be, some fucked up shit. So to be able to come out and say, look, I got y'all. If there's anything I can do to help somebody else, I'm gonna do that. Then that's why this book too is for the trans people who don't want to struggle, who want to sit in the corner and read a book and get away for a little while and feel like they belong in the world and they don't have to fight for a spot in it. And that if I can do that with a book, great. And if there's other ways I can do it and I figure it out, great. I just want to be able to give everybody a place to say, okay, I can go here. I can go to Chaos Falls and I can belong there and I don't have to have a reason. So it's like, if I can do that, then, I feel like I've succeeded.
I love that.
That's fucking beautiful, honestly. Like, I feel like so much of the queer experience is portrayed as people struggling and having a hard time coming out and everything. And the thing that drew me to you was, one, like you're a trans author and you're putting this in your story, and these stories aren't just struggle stories. And that means a lot to me as like a trans non-binary person too, because one, representation, and then two, like, you're right, it doesn't have to be a struggle. You don't have to feel bad about having a good support system or like doing this and that. And it's just really nice to see a queer author unapologetically showing it like, hey, we're here, we just want to be loved and show that we love, and our experiences aren't a monolith. They're never a monolith. And I think that's really important. And I really feel like you are going to blow up big because your story is one that needs to be heard, and your words resonate so strongly. And it's just, sorry, it's just really nice. Thank you.
I mean, I'm glad that it has that effect, because then otherwise I'm not doing it right. I don't want anybody in my community to feel like I talked over them or, counted them out or whatever. Like, in the second book, Aphrodite is also trans. She has problems with natural lubrication. She kind of struggles with her body positivity. And that's something for her to deal with, even though she's literally loved by the entire city. So it's like you can still have those tiny struggles. You can still look at yourself in the mirror sometimes and be like, am I who I want to be? Do I belong? And then go out there and fake it till you make it, or just, find a place where you're comfortable. I just don't want to have to always tear myself open so that somebody will buy a book. And that's like,
preach.
I don't.
I felt that. And
that's for everybody. Like there's a out there's another little trans boy who thinks he can't do romance because he's not masculine enough. If you do romance, then you're not masculine enough, so you're not male enough or whatever. Like that was for me a big thing was, oh, you're a romantic, like you can't be a romantic if you want to be a man and this and that. Like, and I was like, well, why the fuck not? Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand what that has to do with anything. So for me to, be able to say, yeah, like we're doing this, and I think it is like a personal thing for me, because I do realize, like, coming out and saying, I'm a trans male author of romance, like that might not have been, people weren't comfortable with that a few years ago. You know what I mean? Like, so to be able to do that now and, tell, whatever little trans boy decides to pick up a romance novel, like you're enough. You don't have to do the shit they tell you to do, or, be the person they tell you to be. You don't have to, everybody wants to put masculinity in a box and you have to fit it. No, I'm not doing that no more. Like, I'm 29 years old. I don't got time. I just want to write the books I want to write and have fun. Like, what else do you need to do? I'm not here to make, cis straight men proud. I don't fuck. What am I doing that for? That's a lot.
You are enough. I love that.
You just shut it down, by the way.
Right. I can't cry. I'm too much of a thug to be crying.
You better stop, because I'm a thug with feelings, so we can get it to going if you want to it. Like, go today with me. I'll cry and be let's go.
Okay, but listen, B, you can cry and still be cute. I ugly cry. Okay, so I have a question. No, it ain't cute. It ain't cute. I got a reputation. I can't be doing that.
I stand you.
I can't post first caps next week, and I was ugly crying today. I can't do that.
Bye. Goodbye.
Oh my God. So my question,
I'm gonna tell everybody on Twitter you cried anyway. So,
I just want to let everybody know that Whitney was crying in the live,
and we will do it.
Do it. Powder.
So, between Drag Me Up, What Are the Odds, and the story that you're working on now that I need immediately, thanks so much.
Thank you.
What was your favorite sex scene to write? That's what I want to know.
We're listening. I know we're listening.
I don't know. I mean, that's hard because like every single one of them is like I'm trying to outdo myself but not copy myself. So I think I got more I got more creative with book 2. Yeah, creative, yeah. So there is a scene. Is there? Yeah, there's a scene. Where there's a hate fuck over a desk, and that's really the one I have fun with because it's not where you think it would be in the book. It's not. Because like you would expect that at one point in the book, and I realized that, and I was like, I should probably put it here, And then I was like, no, I don't. I'm not going to do that. So I put it in a place where it was like, yeah, this has that mass effect. You know what I mean? Like for everybody involved. But in addition to that, the sex scene in What Are the Odds? In the alcove, outside. Yeah, and the Ottoman too. I bought the damn Ottoman, so obviously, like, yeah. So, yes, that was fun too. Yeah, I basically modeled my whole living room after that. But yeah, it was fun. Right. So, that was a good one. What Are the Odds? Really was though, like such a. Again, I lost my damn mind. I'll be honest. Like I was like, I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like not make it make sense. No plot. You took your foot and then
you just put your foot up. I love it.
It was just all up in there.
It doesn't have to make sense. No plot. It's fine. Just go with your heart and go.
Exactly.
No plot. Just dig. Just dig.
No, just dig.
It was literally sex every chapter. Like I feel like there's only like 2 chapters without sex, and those were like the the third act, whatever. And I was still like, yeah, this is. I like this. Let's just do this. But I didn't want to like put all my good stuff in one book, so I was like, all right, we'll tone it down now.
You gotta say something for the other books.
Everybody talking about this threesome. They love this threesome.
I did too.
Yeah, let Whitney talk about it.
Let me tell you something. Let me get close because I don't think y'all understand. I literally so full disclosure, RM and I were talking earlier, and he asked me for my favorite quote. Okay. Yes. Let me get that phone out so I could tell y'all what I put in.
Just let me get the exact quote.
She'll get the receipts out. Okay.
Let me get it.
Cause she tried to send me the PG quotes, and I was like, nah.
I was like, you didn't specify. So Hades literally says, "Be a good girl and give her that tongue now, baby. Then I'll give you this dick." That's what you want, right?
What book is this again?
This is Drag Me Up.
Drag Me Up.
This is the one you're reading.
This is the piece that let me get closer to.
Y'all don't even know. Like when I get off the live and pick my husband up, I'm gonna go read the book. I'm gonna fuck my husband. I'm gonna write a review. Y'all don't even get it. I'm about to speed through this book tonight. If you don't hear from me, I'm in Drag Me Up, bitch. I'm in Chaos Falls. Catch it.
B, just give it to your husband. Like, read the scene. We are going to reenact.
I am not above riding while reading, bitch. I can multitask.
I love it.
That actually sounds really convenient, right? Like that sounds really convenient. You know what I mean?
Very convenient. I never thought of that, but now I'm sitting here like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah, y'all need to stop waiting for people to go to sleep and just read it.
Right. You gotta wait. You'd be like, hold on, I got chapter 15. Wait, hold on.
Right. Like I got a bookmark. Bitch, I'm about to highlight the whole thing. Don't play with me.
Got the highlight. Got the highlighter out. This whole scene, yes.
For real. I'm about to fuck up.
Did that.
I'm here for that. Wait, I'm about to try that.
See?
She said, "Wait, you got something there."
Get kicked off.
She said, "You're onto something. You are onto something there."
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good idea. I think.
Great idea, actually.
Listen, we're all grown here. I know many of us have put a book down mid-chapter or rubbed one out and went back to the book. Don't play with me.
But you ain't gotta do that.
Y'all be providing it. And we benefit from that. And I thank you for that.
Like, if you don't know, then I'm doing it wrong. Am I not? Like, I don't know. Like, if you don't do that, then what the fuck am I doing? Like, obviously,
don't you hate when you read a romance book and your pussy be dry? Like, bitch, what are you doing?
Now your pussy is dry. That is not the book.
I want to be like,
damn, reading it wrong. You are reading it wrong.
Right. I literally
long enough so you can do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, something to go back to after you done. You can stop in the middle, but it's a long scene. You know what I mean? So it's like 7-page scene or whatever. And you got
to page 3, you take a break, then you get to page 7. And
you said page 3.
Exactly.
Whit wants it page 3. 0 plot.
I'm gonna tell y'all, like, before, but I'll tell you straight up, like, Drag Me Up is the tamest thing I will ever write, like, ever. Like, so if you think that is tame, or you don't think that is tame, we're gonna have to step up some levels, because that was really just me, because I was really holding back. I was like, you know, how much do you do? I had to cut down sex scenes. The threesome was like another chapter. You know what I mean? And
you're holding back.
Yeah, well, not no more. You know what I mean? But so now it's like, well, we done broke the dam or whatever. So good luck to everybody from here on out.
It's gonna be some G's in the place.
There's no holding back. There's no holding back. No. Yes. Drag Me Up with Sting?
Yeah, right. I've seen the picture with sexy. That should take.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a freak, and I admire it. I respect that. Come sit
Very
back.
much so, yeah. I mean, look, it's an outlet. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right. You know what I mean?
Nick said share the deleted scene.
I'm ready to do it, actually, because I'm supposed to be doing Whit's first short for her Patreon. So I didn't want to put both of them on at the same time. Yeah, so yeah, she's top tier. She gets 2 shorts.
Take all
whatever she wants. She's got nervous.
Yeah.
So that one, when it comes out, I did ask her. She let me do it publicly. She said yes. So you're welcome. Thank you when y'all get it, when it comes around. So but yeah, so I definitely wanted to reconstruct that scene in a way where it could be a separate scene, you know what I mean? Because we had very strict expectations. She had very, very it was a very specific scene she wanted. So that's why I'm working on that. I know I asked, you're right. I wanted specifics because I wanted it to be exactly what you wanted it to be. So I got specifics and I'm working on that now. So we'll have it done soon enough.
And I was based on Whit hoeing out, or
what
is
kind
it
of specific?
What Whit envisioned?
Wait, what was that?
Is this character based on Whit herself hoeing out, or something that she envisioned?
Oh no, it's Hades' Persephone. Yeah, it's like it's the same threesome in the book. It's just another scene. So it's like a celebration scene.
Celebration threesome.
Yeah, they're celebrating Persephone in this scene. So they really going all out, is what I'm saying. Like, you remember in the book, you haven't finished it, but y'all remember in the book, Hikari says that she's gonna bring something next time. She brought it. So if y'all recall, yeah. So it's gonna be fun.
Is it a sex toy?
Multiple.
We love sex toys.
We do. Absolutely we do.
I love Heather.
love
Whitney knows what she wants. The specifics. It's like, I need it in this room, this position with this toy. Thank you.
They want you in the comments. They want you to drop the deleted scenes. Hello.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
I mean, y'all gotta subscribe to Patreon. Like, y'all really gotta subscribe. We have fun over there.
It's in the description box. The
Patreon. As soon as I'm done with these edits, like, I'm going straight Patreon for the next month. July, I'm hoping to drop at least 3 shorts, including wits, and then do a couple other things. But you get to vote on polls and polls. Not polls. But
I was just about to say, we got polls in here. Oh shit!
Nah, don't say poll, because Nicole gonna talk about wrapping her lips around the pole and slide down the hell again.
I was like, let's get on the poll. We love polls.
Oh,
Girl,
it's just the pole in my house has to be reinforced. It's fine.
Oh my God.
Swing around.
give me a
Yes,
poll.
it will be. I'll let you know when. You can.
I have a question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you plan to write a MM book in the future?
A what?
Mail.
Yeah. Achilles and Patroclus' book 4. I already got the concept art for the cover, so it's a sure thing.
Yeah.
I got it outlined, so I just got to write.
I'm a big MM fan. A lot of people don't know that, but I am a big MM fan.
It's coming. It's coming. I think I have
I'm excited.
2 of them on the list right now. But I'll probably do more like for other series or like standalones, because I already really put all the couples together for this series before, so I'll probably do a lot more standalones and like for the other mythologies. But Achilles definitely book 4 will be going down.
I love it.
And it's fun. I'm telling y'all, it is fun. Like the first sex scene, I already wrote it. Is so fun. So it's gonna be a good time.
I'm so excited.
Are you jumping around like writing scenes in other books while you're like are you writing multiple books at a time, I guess?
I try not to. But if I get the inspiration, I'll just write it so that I get it out and I don't have to like try to figure it out later what I was thinking or whatever. I usually, if it's from another book, I won't put it in a Google Doc or anything yet. I'll write it on my phone, so that way it's separate and I don't go working on it, because I will do that and never get edits done. So especially when I'm editing, I try not to write. Like I had to literally close out the Mummy retelling and stop playing Origins, because I was like, I can't do both. Like I'll never get anything done. So I try not to, but like once I start drafting again, so once I'm in my drafting month, I'll probably do start book 3 and then the Mummy retelling at the same time. So
Well, if you have like an idea that comes in your head, you have to write it down, right? Because otherwise it's gone forever.
Right, exactly. So like I have a notes app that I have just like the outlines for every book. So I've outlined the next, like the first 8 in the series. So Drag Me Up and then 7, the next 7. I've outlined them. So after that, it's really just filling in the blanks, which there's a lot of blanks. Like I said, I only do like 5. Book 3 was different because I kept changing my mind about how I wanted it to go. I think it was kind of boring, the first outline I had. So this one, it was a really intricate outline. So it was like 24 bullet points instead of 5, but usually it's like 5 or 6 bullet points. So,
5 or 6.
Someone
a
asked
question.
Who wants to answer that?
Oh yeah.
It translates to that hoe over there, but it's pretty much just anyone that's going to sleep with it's Zeus. He gonna fuck you like a hoe. Okay, that's a hoe.
Exactly. Yeah.
There was
Way
also
over
another
there.
question. There was a question way up about asking about beta readers. Have you
Oh,
had luck with beta readers, or what was your response with beta readers? Your experiences.
So I had for Drag Me Up. I didn't have any beta readers for What Are the Odds, but for Drag Me Up, I had 3 of them. They were just my friends. Like one friend that I had for a while, she really liked it. She's read my writing before, so I felt comfortable with her reading it. And then I roped my big sister into reading one of them. So she was like, I mean, she don't care. She was probably the one that gave me the sex talk, I think, not my parents. So she was like, "Oh, this is good." Like, you know what I mean? Then she'd yell at me and then be like, "Well, where's the next one?" Like, fuck, like, better calm down. She yelled at
Next
me.
one.
wait a second.
So she had fun texting me 24/7, like, what's this? What does it do here? And I'm like, can you just put it on a document and then we talk about it all at the same time? I'm having 30,000 text messages trying to go through. But yeah, so it was just people that I knew. What Are the Odds? I didn't. That book was really just I wrote it, I edited it, and then I put it out. Like I didn't look twice about it. I think I went through it 3 times altogether, and then just put it up there because it was just
3 times? Are you kidding me right now? That is amazing because I love What Are the Odds. Are you kidding me? 3 times?
Yeah, because Drag Me Up, I went through it probably 6 times because I finished Drag Me Up. Like I finished writing Drag Me Up in October, and between October and March, I was just going back and forth to it, trying to edit it. And I mean, a lot of it came out. There was a lot of things that I cut out or rearranged or put away for later for other books. There was a lot of like descriptions of characters that I pulled out and was like, I don't want to, info dump, so I'll just use these in their character books. Like there was a lot about Aphrodite that I pulled for book 2. And then a lot about like Athena that I pulled for book 3. So there was a lot of that, but every time I went back to it, there was something else to do. I still missed a lot of like, basic proofreading, but I eventually went back and fixed a lot of that too. So it was just a lot of trial and error and learning how to edit. So, but What Are the Odds? It was just like, it was really short. I basically edited the first round of edits was basically every time I wrote a chapter, I went back and read it. And then I would go through it again at the end, and then I put it down. I wrote the second half of book 2, and then I went back and edited the last time and put it out. And it was like really quick because What Are the Odds was supposed to be out in June, and I was just like, fuck it, put it out. So yeah, it was done. So I was like, I can't keep secrets, y'all. Like I can't. If the book is done, you're gonna get it when it's done. Like I can't keep it.
Period.
Like I'm like, I can't sit on this. Like, please take it away because I can't do it. So I just put it out as soon as it was done, or I felt it was done. So
I love
How
that.
do you
And
choose
reading,
your titles?
honestly, so like, What Are the Odds? I know everybody was like, he said that a lot in the book. Like, I love when that happens or whatever. And I'm like, honestly, that came before the title. Like there was another title until the third round of edits. And I was like, yeah, we do say that a lot in this book. So I'm just going to call it that. So it worked out. Drag Me Up was kind of different because I didn't really, I was scared because I was like, that's kind of a weird title. I don't know if anybody's going to get it or what it means, whatever. But then I was kind of like, again, I think it was Avita that was like, yeah, that sounds good. So I was like, yeah, okay. Then I kept it. I really liked it. So I was attached to it. And I only need one validation. And then I'm like, cool, bye. So I
Come on, Avita, come through.
And then, the rest of the titles, I kind of just try to keep it in that same 3-word cadence as Drag Me Up. So it kind of goes the same. And then the covers will look mostly the same. So It's not easy. I don't like coming up with titles because every time I come up with like a title I think I like, it's like 7 words, and I'm like, never mind. And
Never mind.
so I'm like, okay, I'll cut it down. So it's usually I'll usually name it when I start drafting, and then by the end it'll be something else entirely. So I kind of just keep that open. But the next 3 titles are locked in because they're now on concept art. So that's that. So I gotta worry. So
What do we have to do to get you to read us an excerpt live from your book?
I mean, not
Or,
right now.
or we got to pay for that, because I understand that and I'll do it. But what do we have to do? The mayors of Hoe Valley are coming to humbly on bended knee, as we always are.
On bended knee.
Come on. Come on.
Talking is for real, nigga. Like,
what you want? Go ahead. I mean, I'm down.
Whatever you're comfortable. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay, wait, you can pick.
You can pick?
Give us a sex scene. Give us a little preview of a sex scene. I want some nasty shit.
You want book 2. You want book 2.
B's not playing around.
I want some nasty shit.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up there.
I'm so excited.
Let's go! Let's go!
Because
pull it up.
The daddy kink is top tier.
I know that tweet where it's like, this is daddy kink. I'm like, oh, really?
Someone said daddy kink?
Yeah, there's like an extra scene for Patreon subscribers. There's an extra scene with more daddy kink if you wanted that.
Daddy kink.
I'm always here for the daddy kink, baby.
Yes. 7-word title is a prompt in the pop culture readathon.
There is. I love
more 7-word titles, people. Please.
I love it.
Shameless plug. Pop culture readathon.
Yes.
Do it next time. Yes.
Listen,
wait, what are we doing?
Pop culture readathon starts tomorrow for the whole month. Okay, we're doing 2000 movies, people. One of the prompts is retelling. Drag Me Up fits perfectly. I mean, let's go. What are y'all doing?
It's written by Whitney and Lauren at Reading Parent.
Yes. Shout out to Lauren, because I would honestly show my ass if it wasn't for her. Okay.
She was the one that came up with this prompt, though. Read a book with a 7-word title.
Yes, she was.
Oh, was
Nicole was ready to fight her, but it's okay.
I was like, are you kidding me? And I found a book like that. I'm like, okay, I just need to cause some trouble, apparently.
Figures.
Figures. Okay.
Hold on, the Google Docs, the app is not working on my phone.
Malia said, I will bend the knee.
We will all bend the knee, Malia. We will all bend both knees.
Heather, I feel like we're gonna get us messy.
The readathon is called Hoe-Athon, just we're getting us messy.
Yeah. Let me close the door. Oh, it's so funny.
I lost y'all. Okay.
I'm so glad everybody's having a good time.
I'm so glad. I finished my margarita.
Nicole was like, we planned for 30 minutes. So how long can you go? I was like, you're going to have to shut me up because y'all got work in the morning. I don't.
I was just like, what's the longest?
I'm upset because I ain't getting off this line.
According to StreamYard, we can go live for 8 hours. So I'm ready.
That's a real readathon. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, shit. We can read Drag Me Up all in one sitting. Shit. Let's take turns reading a chapter.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I love it. Everybody wants the smut. Who doesn't like
It's the year 2021. Get with it, please.
I have no hatred for people who like vanilla sex or who fucking missionary, but don't bring that shit around me, bitch. I want that shit. And like, if you go and sit over here and shame for calling someone daddy, I'll call your man daddy, like, and we'll get it to going, baby. Because the hoe over here, I don't care.
I'm ready to call your daddy. Like, where your daddy at? Like,
What is your daddy looking at?
I'm gonna be your stepmama.
I will fuck your dad and make you my step bitch. Come on now, step bitch.
Hello.
Quote Katie.
It's 2021 here.
Him daddy.
Oh
You ain't the only one
What'd you
calling
say,
him daddy out here.
No.
I said to quote Katie Roberts, you ain't the only one calling him daddy. So let's go ahead.
We all is daddy. We all calling him daddy in this bitch. Hello. Hello.
RM, have you read Your Dad Will Do?
Yes.
What?
Have you read Your Dad Will Do?
I haven't. That one and Neon Gods, again, I'm waiting until I finish edits so I can sit down and actually enjoy it because I know I will not get anything done if I pick up either.
Baby!
Oh, it's so
But
good.
I let myself reread Desperate Measures, so it was okay. I held myself over it. Again, it was
Just
Daddy.
have to get these walls, okay?
No. When he told Jasmine to be like kneeling when he got in the door and she wasn't, he choked her up. I was like, I was at work, like, let me chill for a second. I can't breathe.
I felt so bad because he was an asshole, but I like that shit.
Oh my God.
B was like, I'm feeling the choke at work. I
can feel his hands. I was like putting makeup away, and I was like,
Oh hell no.
honestly, reading Your Dad Will Do like made me like Daddy Kink. And seriously, when she said you're not the only one who calls him daddy, I lost it. Oh my gosh.
I love.
Listen, I was already into the Daddy Kink, so like that shit just solidified the kink. That's just not going nowhere.
I've been into the Daddy King from a long time.
That shit'll give you sex flashbacks like it's war, honey. Like,
Lisa, that man did not like his son.
imagine.
Oh my God,
That shit was so petty. He was like, "Yeah, I'll fuck you. Let's go."
No, like zero hesitation.
None. He was like,
meanwhile, he's having an internal self. He's like, "Bitch, it's fine. We can do this.
It's fine. You're here. Perfect. Let's do it."
when he said, "What did he do?" I already know it was but to go down and then.
I just know she was walking funny. I just know, like, he was tearing that bitch up all over his house.
All over.
Just insane.
But if I'm calling you daddy, you need to tear the shit up. Like, this ain't for play. Like, beat this shit up. Okay?
I need you to have a wheelchair at the door ready for me. Roll my ass down the driveway. Okay, and I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for more. Okay.
And if you don't got the wheelchair, I would like a hot bath so I could soak off. Please. Thank you very much.
Salt, please.
She was coming out. She was coming out the bedroom for breakfast, like, oh, with the walker. Oh God.
Y'all are horrible.
Tear this ass up, please. And thank you very much.
No. Oh my God. Not the walker. You gotta get Life Alert for real.
Life Alert. She's like, I just subscribed to this yesterday. Life Alert.
I love it.
Oh, Malia's asking, please tell me the mummy retelling will have Daddy Kink.
I mean, I hadn't planned on it, but I mean,
There's always a possibility.
there's always a
Is she gonna
possibility.
fuck the mummy? Is she gonna fuck the mummy?
Yeah. What you mean? Book 2.
Period.
Book 2. The
I'm
whole thing.
Getting emotional.
Daddy demands destroying.
Fuck the mummy. I need that in my life. Yes.
All right, y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so ready. Okay, everybody be quiet.
Did Evita just make a pun about the mummy?
Yes, they did.
Oh, we'll have the mummy kink. Yes.
Wait, hold on. I lost it. Okay. How long do you want me to go? Like,
however long you want.
Read
This
the
is your work, so however long you want.
I said read the work. I read the whole thing.
I'm scared. Okay, ready? Good night, she sighed. Don't wake me up unless the place is burning down. He grabbed her hand. It was an impulsive decision. Then again, the first time they fucked had been an impulsive decision as well. He was tired. He did not need sleep, though. However, that didn't change the feeling sweeping over him, through him, and the very potent presence of another need, one that wouldn't wait. She allowed him to guide her down to straddle his lap, her hands finding his chest. She picked up where he left off, undoing the rest of the buttons on his shirt before pushing it down his shoulders. I thought you came up here to sleep, she breathed, as he lifted up her dress. I did, he replied, running his hands up her thighs. Are you complaining? Did I say I was? He slipped one hand between her thighs, brushing his fingers over her center. You usually are. She gritted her teeth. Fuck you. I dare you. You can't just decide to get it in anytime you fucking please. You decided last time, he said. I'll decide every time. He lifted his gaze and dropped his hands without hesitation. Then it was a contest of wills, all heated stares and clenched jaws and the innate need to win. Her thighs trembled against his, or his thighs trembled against hers, or they both shook with restraint, but either way, comfort fled quickly until she was tearing away at his belt. Good? That's good?
I'm sitting here like, what below the belt? I mean,
is anybody else quivering?
let's talk about that voice though. Oh my lord!
Yes, I was gonna say that was hot.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I told you I was gonna narrate all my books. I was like, I'll just do it. I'll do it.
Yes.
No,
Oh my God.
are you narrating?
Well, I mean, as soon as TikTok lets me read without cutting me off, I do this all the time. Like,
People
I
do
read all
that
the
on
time.
YouTube.
Yo,
You can record your books on YouTube as an audiobook,
Yeah.
and then let rack up the monetization, boo. Do it.
Yes.
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 I was like, she grabbing at the belt. I was like, no, wait, what happened?
Like the yearning in that small part you just read. I was like, bitch, touch him.
Yes.
Yes. We have
You
like
got a
this.
sexy narrating voice, boo. I'm gonna need you to
You
call
do.
me.
I appreciate it.
The voice, I mean,
That's
commanding.
Hey, look,
Wow.
everybody else out there, if you need your books narrated, I will do it for a small fee.
Never a small fee.
Nick just said apply for the audio in color next year.
Oh, what's that?
I have no idea.
Nick,
But
talk to me.
Oh,
yeah,
Nick.
Nick,
We
tell
have
us
a
what
lot
our
of people.
is.
A lot of people in
church
the
fan.
comments.
We can see no church fan, but
We have a lot of people in the comments. Narrate your audiobook, please.
that voice just commanded. It was just like, wow. Woo.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's my church fan, yeah.
Oh. Nick said it's a grant to make audiobooks.
Oh, I didn't know about
Oh, I
that.
think I know. Is that the one by, what's her name, the author? Taima Simone? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I could be butchering it. I'm sorry if I did.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
Naima or Naima?
I think it's Naima.
Naima.
Okay.
Yeah, so apply for audio in color. Hold on, there's another one, Nick. And they teach you how to make audios and what goes into making a good audio. That's awesome.
I used to record music, so like I can do it. It's just a matter of, another thing to add to my job and, the little time I have. So we can consider it. We can consider it.
Yes.
But like, I would still need another, female narrator, especially for like What Are the Odds, which is first person. But
okay.
You have 4 hoes willing to audition. May the best hoe win.
May the best hoe win.
We just cycle in and out.
You better stop me. You asked enough now. You were reading. She ran her hands up his chest to his shoulders, and Taima, she's like over here like this.
Yes, she was taking off the shirt. She was pulling that shit off. I was like,
She over here in the camera like this.
That's what I was like. I had the document in front because I was like, I can't look at y'all because y'all gonna make me laugh or something, and I'm gonna lose my place.
All these good things.
That's why I had to mute myself. I was like, "Hold on, me not make no noises."
T is like when I narrate the audiobook. T was saying when I narrate the audiobook, I'm gonna have to have a male model because I'm gonna have to do the things that they're doing.
I'm doing everything.
I mean, that's great. Make it realistic, you know what I mean? Like, make it realistic. Then you can have sound effects and everything. Like, come on.
I just like how you were like, "I'm scared," and you were like, and then she like, "We better stop lying."
You didn't see it though. You didn't see it, but I was shaking. Like, I was real shaking. I was like, just go, just read it, just pretend they're not there.
Yeah, couldn't hear it.
I'm scared
Love it.
too,
So it's
Jacksonville.
Naima.
I love it.
Naima Malone. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's awesome. That's so. But yes, do it immediately.
I'm here like.
Well, somebody can come teach me this TikTok thing, and then we can do that for now at least. Shit.
TikTok gonna stress me the fuck out.
It stressed me.
I know it's scary. I didn't hear any sort of hesitation or the scared. I didn't hear it. Nope.
Great. Fantastic.
Talent.
Thank you for giving us that little snippet. Hello.
Welcome.
I love it.
I hate that, like, okay, so obviously romance doesn't get the recognition it deserves. And I hate that, like, the community sees romance as kind of like a commodity, just like a toy they can pick up and put down. But I really feel like indie romance is stepping on the traditionally published romance next. Like, it really is. Every time I'll read a traditionally published romance, okay, this is fine. But, like, when you go into indie romance, there's no limits. And y'all really just blow them out of the water every time. Like, this is writing that people will brag about in traditionally published stuff. And, like, we don't even get that caliber half the fucking time. Like, that's that shit I want. Feed me, bitch. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's the thing, like, especially with self-publishing or indie publishing, like, we can do it all. Like, it's not just romance. Like, it's romance and fantasy. It's romance and historical fiction. It's romance and, you know what I mean? Like, you can do all of this and make this happen. And y'all, you got niggas that can't do 2 things at the same time talking shit about us. Like, when we're literally out here doing everything. Like,
everything.
That's like, every time, like, I look and, I'll see, discourse or whatever. I'm just like, you sound stupid. Like, you say these things and it's like, if you've ever picked up a book in romance and like read it and realized there's a lot of lore, there's a lot of, research done, there's a lot of, this and that, like, how can you say that? Like, how can you knock that whenever, there's so much work going into these books, and whether it's fantasy or contemporary or historical, like, that's what, like, in indie publishing, everybody's really going their hardest because they realize, like, not only can you have to. Like, there's no, this is dog eat dog world. Like, you have to go your hardest and you have to give everything. You can't be, there's not a lot of, small spaces that you can fill. You really have to be on the front lines of that race. And not only that, though, like, the good thing is, there's a lot of community with indie writers, and like, there's a lot of community there, and we're not enemies. Like, we're all friends, you know what I mean? Like, so that's good, but it's like, you realize if we all got together, that's a table built. Like, that's our table. We don't have to go get scraps underneath somebody else's. Like, I'm not about to go beg for a chair at somebody else's table, and you ain't even touching me, holding a candle to me, whatever. So it's like this, like, down here, like, I'm saying, like, I only read, mainly self-published or indie publishing, whatever. Like,
Same here.
you know what I mean? Like, I told Tasha, like, I've never read a book that many times in that quick succession. I usually have to wait like a year for me to forget it so I can go back and read it. I read that thing 2 times in a row. Like, she really did that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't, like, I've never read a traditional published book more than once in that quick succession. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't knock it when they're really doing the damn thing over here. So it's like, I don't feel bad about it. And people want us to feel bad about it. Like, oh, it's because you couldn't get traditionally published. Like, that's a damn lie. I don't want to deal with y'all. That's the point. I don't want to deal with y'all. Like, I shouldn't have to. So it's just like.
They don't talk about how much it costs, too. The cost of traditionally publishing. Crazy.
And then, like, you're trying to get good rates. Yeah, you're trying to get, these people are trying, you are a business to them. So why am I going to go work for your business when I could just create my own? You know what I mean?
Right.
And is it a lot of money? Yeah, I've invested a lot of money into me, but is it coming back? Absolutely. And I'm getting a lot more out of it, I feel like, because, I get to, imagine me, like I said, if I ever got traditionally published, y'all are going to have the whole book 9 months before it comes out because I can't sit on it. Like, I can't do it. I'm just out, like, leaking shit because I'm like, I can't do it. So it's just like the freedom of being able to finish a book, put it out, go on to the next one. Like, there's no, like, the only pressure I have is self-inflicted, and I can deal with that. I don't got to worry about, somebody else, hey, down the line, like, and especially as a trans author of color, you're thinking if you fuck up once, they're done with you. You know what I mean? So it's like, nah, I'm good. I'm out here doing what I have to do and I'm fine. So, I mean, for all my self-published authors, keep doing it. Don't listen to nobody that tells you you're not better, you're not good enough, or you're less than because you didn't traditionally publish. Like, fuck all that. Like, do what you got to do. There's somebody is out here reading it. Like, you have readers. You ain't got to worry about that. So,
True.
You know what I mean? It's just, I don't regret it at all. I don't, think twice about every time I put out a book and like, I'm doing it myself. Like, is a lot of pressure. Do I have to do 10 different jobs? Yeah. But do I have full control over the things that I create where nobody can tell me nothing? Yeah. I got mine. Like, I get to do whatever I want to do. You don't get to tell me, don't use Av, don't put all these queer characters in one book. Don't, you need them to be relevant to this or make sense to that. Like, no, you don't have to tell me that. You don't get to tell me that. Like, this ain't for you. It's for me and my community, and they'll find me. You know what I mean? Or I'll find them. Either way, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you will find the people who want to read your work. You don't really got to worry about it. Like, you just got to, the big thing is just believing in yourself and saying, like, don't be afraid to market your book. Don't be afraid to post that shit every single day. Like, tell them, look, I got this dropping. I got this coming out. You know what I mean? Like, people, real, book readers that are reading books like that, they want to see it. So it's like, you're going to have that support marketing wise. You just got to trust yourself. You ain't got to worry about it, So that's really, for me, it's been so easy. Because, like, this book, like, Drag Me Up, the first month it was out, it didn't sell well. And I was like, I had, everybody told me you're not going to sell more than 150 of your first book. You're just not going to. So I was like, okay, like, I set myself up for that failure. And I was like, I just kept it moving. I wrote What Are the Odds? Well, April came, and then I think Talia Hibbert put me in her newsletter, and then my sales blew up. Like, and then the next month it happened again. So, like, it was like, look, you just need to, wait it out. Like, that, it'll come. Like, they'll come. They will find you. You just need that one person or those couple people to be like, oh shit, this is really good. I want to read more. I want to see what else you got. So like, yeah, you just got to find them, and it'll be there. Like you don't have to worry about, traditional publishing. They do more marketing, whatever. Not really. I see more indie books every day than because we're out here grinding for ourselves and not nobody else. So it's like just trust in that, because you don't need it. Whatever they're telling you need that you're missing, you're not. You just got to find it yourself. So.
Well, you better.
I wish readers would. Go T. What'd you say?
No, I say preach.
I wish the community would also get off their high horse too about traditionally published books versus indie, because first off, bitch, without the authors, you wouldn't be here. And second off, yo, whack ass reviews ain't promoting shit. And I feel people would sit here and realize that first off, authors are human. First and foremost, if you come to them and build these connections and give them the respect they deserve as authors, it'll come back to you threefold. Because indie authors have always been the most supportive to me personally. Like in the community, in the supporting content, all of that stuff. And I feel like indie authors really are paving the way for a new era of books to be published, because you guys are like, no, I'm not going to sit here and have someone control me. I'm going to do this myself. And I feel like that's giving people more confidence to do it themselves. Like I see more, people that are just content creators writing now and like trying to promote their own work, and like they're vibing and collabing with indie authors. And like you guys really make it feel like we're all a community rather than it being separated by readers, reviewers, authors. And that's what I love about you guys. And that's what I admire and respect, because it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there first and foremost, but then also like network by yourself, publish by yourself, do all this stuff. And like people don't understand the work that goes into that. And so like you're doing it. You're doing it. And the energy you have today in this live, it's sexy, boo. You keep that. That shit's sexy, all right? You're doing it.
But I just because I sometimes just forget, or I'm learning to like have those boundaries, because I just make friends with everybody. I'm not sitting on this high tower, on this high pedestal where you can't reach me. Like people hit me in my DMs on Twitter and I'll be like, yeah, what's up? Like, they'll apologize, sorry for not sending it to your email. And I'm like, I don't even check my email. Like, what the fuck? So go ahead, do what you got to do. So like, it's that thing too, is like right now it's okay because, I don't have a lot going on, but like, I love interacting with people. I don't want to be in a position where I have to be this mysterious, whatever behind a curtain that I can't talk to people or, vibe with people, because what's the fun in that? Like,
yeah,
I really am like a lover of love. Like I love people. I love talking to people. I love connecting with people. So like, that's a big thing to me, is like just being able to talk to people and mess around. Like I mess around with all y'all on Twitter. Like you can't do that with everybody. Like I couldn't send everybody a picture of that mug I sent Nicole yesterday. You know what I mean? Like I can't vibe with, you can't vibe like that with everybody, but I feel comfortable with it. And, as long as y'all feel comfortable with it, like I'm never trying to step over anybody's boundaries, but it's just like, we're friends. Like that's how I see it. And coming into this, my biggest thing was, I want to build my own table. Like that was my whole thing coming into this. It's why I'm going back to school for an English master's. Like I want to build my own table. I want to put my people on. I want to give everybody a place. All the people that, they say we can't make it in traditional publishing, or we can't do this, or we can't do. Well, guess what, bitch? We're doing it. Like we're doing it. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. So you can sit down and eat, or you can get the fuck out my house. Either way, we're gonna do what we're doing. So it's like, I want to be able to do that, and open the door and be like, hey, like put my people on. We're all making money. We're all making community. We're all doing this. Like I don't want to be, I don't want to be in a position where other people are gatekeeping me, or gatekeeping people that I fuck with. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm just trying to make sure, if I said, like, when we asked me to talk, I was like, hell yeah, let's do that. Let's do that immediately. Cause it's just like, this is what I like. this is what I like. I like talking to people. I don't want to just be this, creature in a dark room writing all the damn time and throwing shit out. Like, I would rather let's talk about it. Because like, what else am I finna do? You know what I mean? So this is fun. Like, I like this. So I mean, I'll never give that up, even if I, become bigger than I am now. My Twitter DMs will still be open or whatever. I'll still bother with. She says I won't, but I will. So you know what I mean? That's just how it is. Like, I really don't want to ever make my readers feel like they can't talk to me. Obviously, I still expect the respect I'm giving back. Like, don't come yell at me like you didn't do this in book 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that shit. Like, we can fight. You know what I mean? But
like get fucked up, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but if that thing was like, look, hey, I felt like this about whatever, like, you know what I mean? Because like, when I did the arcs for What Are the Odds, like Parabi, it gave me feedback and I was like, great, this is good. Like, this is what I need. Because I trust these people. Like, I trust the people that I've given my arcs to, whatever. So I'm not worried about, anybody offending me. It's just a matter of like, I know where my limits are or my boundaries are. And I just like, as long as I can let people in, like, I'm okay. I don't ever want to be in a position where I have to like cut everybody off because it's like, well, you can't even respect those boundaries. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just like the community. Like, I don't want to, it's just not fun thinking like you don't get to talk to people or you can't talk to me unless you pay me. Like, no, like, let's chill, let's chat, whatever. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's why, this is fun. So, this is great.
Well,
like, we can do this every week. I want to do this every week. We can do it every week. I'm down with that.
No, for real. I was like, damn, let's do this every week. RM's eating over here. I need like this motivation every week. I want this.
I love.
I'd have kept reading too, but I'm like, I can't give y'all everything.
Everything. I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Yeah. I was ready to go under the belt. I was like, what's under there?
I'll do anything.
I
am not
Hoe-Ville. This is Hoe-Ville. Hello. Emphasis on the hoe.
Oh,
what you want? You want the pictures? Because
I'll do a little something right now on the camera. What's up? Get up.
What we doing?
Oh my gosh. I love Gab's comment here. Not if, but when. When you make it big, because you will. You will. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. And the whole like conversation about, traditionally published work, it's just like they put you in this box and they want you to stay in this box. And I love the freedom that there is in indie published romance and the fact that you can write whatever the heck you want to write, and there is a person out there, many people who want it and will be looking for it. Like, if you enjoy a cup of tea, someone is pouring it for you. Somebody is going to be writing that work that you want. That is the beautiful thing about romance. If you want it, someone's writing it.
Exactly.
Daddy kink.
He's like, if anybody missed it,
now that I know that it's so popular, I've been trying to not put it in every book I write. I'm like, I can't do it.
Put it in there.
Now, yeah.
Praise kink. Praise kink.
Praise kink.
We here for the kink, baby.
Is there any kink that you won't write? Like, is there anything that's like completely
off limits?
I think like I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of kinks that I feel like I'm not familiar enough with to write yet. Like I have, BDSM. I don't want to fuck it up, so I haven't stepped into it yet. But it's not off the table. I feel like most of the things that I've like, looked up or researched, whatever, I want to try it at least once. It's hard to believe that like I only have 2 books out. I feel like I've been writing for a year straight with no breaks, but there's so many projects that I want to do, and I'm just like, I have to save a little bit for everything, so there's always the possibility that, I will, Humiliation Kink is in the series. Like,
I know. I was like, we have a request.
It's in the series. But yeah, so there are, like I said, I've got 8 books outlined, and they're all different kinks. So, I'm trying to work them all in. The daddy kink in book 2 was really. I mean, book 2 is probably my favorite thing I've ever written. I love this couple so much. Like everything about them, just like that whole, I fucking hate you. I can't stand you, but I'm gonna fuck you exactly like I don't. You know what I mean? So
I like that.
Yes, it's right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fuck him. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
That teaser you put on Twitter, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I know you're friends with Avita, and Avita's the resident monster fucking expert. Hello, Avita, I love you. So are we getting like an alien series and a monster fucking series? Like, how far are you willing to go?
I'm not against aliens, but I don't like aliens. Like, I don't like aliens in the traditional pop culture sense because they always, they look like, the little green man or whatever. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, why would they look like that when they could literally whoop our ass probably, right? So, I like the idea. I would definitely like to put my own spin on it, but I'm more interested in like, I want like tails. Let's get some tails and some wings and some horns, like, you know what I mean? So, tentacles.
Did I say that?
You know what I mean? Like, yes, like let's do that. You know what I mean? So,
Did I say that out loud? Tentacles.
Monster, we got enough monsters. I'm trying to put as many because like with the Mummy retelling, I was like, I'm only gonna just have the Mummy. Like that's the only monster. Fuck that. So I added magic, made a magic system. Now we've got multiple monsters. So now it's like, look, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it, all the way. We're not gonna do it halfway. You know what I mean? So
RM, I need you to have the god Anubis in here, and I need the main character to fuck Anubis.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, in a way, that's kind of true for book 3. So for kind of book 3, it's not Anubis himself so much as like you remember in I think it was The Mummy 2 or Scorpion King or whatever, where they had Anubis's army. It's kind of like that. So it is, but you know what I mean? Like it's that. It's the Jackal God. You right? Like we're doing that. We're doing that. So I got you.
Speaking of the Scorpion King.
I was just thinking that too. I was like,
since you throw him out there like that,
I hadn't thought about it, but now that I said it, yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's possible.
Oh shit, okay, well, all right.
I got.
Says, will there be biting, fangs, blood? Like, how far are we going?
With the Mummy, there'll probably definitely be blood. Fangs. I guess. I mean, I assume a jackal has sharp teeth, so
Yes.
Fangs. But
I'm liking this.
It's very I haven't got a lot of the details worked out, so it's very bare bones right now. Yeah. So like I'm saying there's a possibility of all this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, This is like our focus group, I guess. Now, so
Yeah.
I'll take all of that into consideration.
We can make this a weekly meeting. It ain't gotta be live.
Like, go ahead. Like, I will look. I sit in the house, like I'll sit in the house writing, and then look up and be like, "Damn, I wish I had somebody to talk to about this." And I can't. It's not like I can talk to my, my younger siblings because it's like I'm not. Yeah, my younger sister is 25, so she's not young, but she's younger. She bought my book, and I didn't tell her it was erotic romance, so I'm just gonna let her be surprised.
Oh, I can't wait! You gotta report back and give us the details.
I'm waiting for her to read it, but and I'll know obviously if she reads it, because if she reads it and then didn't just buy it for my sake, then
you gonna hear about it if she reads it.
Yeah, so I'll know. So it'll be good. But
I just want to do a shameless self plug that me, Whit, and Malia over here at Literary Fairy, we do writing sprints where we don't go live. We just sit and talk and write. I'm just saying it's an option for you.
Okay, yeah, we can do that too. I'm just always like, damn, it's quiet in here. Because, I have ADHD, so everything has to be off when I'm writing or editing. So then I'll look up and I try to move all the distractions out of the way, but then I'll look up and be like, damn, it's quiet in here. This is kind of depressing. So, I mean, I talk to myself a lot, but that's not fun. Sometimes that nigga don't want to talk back.
Don't answer yourself now.
Don't police him, Taima. Don't do that.
My grandfather said when you answer, that's when you crazy. He'd be like, just don't answer.
Wait, you said Literary Fairy is Malia? I don't want to pronounce her name wrong. Okay, Malia also asked, will you and Avita be collabing?
Ooh.
Oh, yes. There is
I don't know about that. You don't have to ask the I guess this is part of the focus group, so
Scorpion Gang.
Well, I mean, you have hopefully the monster anthology, but I mean, you never know.
Oh yeah, the monster anthology.
I feel like we're very fledgling writers, all of us, so there's always that option.
But y'all have the natural talent. These niggas be writing for years and can't provide shit. Teaching ass stories. Y'all came in here on it for real.
I think it was just I had a lot of practice, so it was just a matter of time before I finally finished something. So I'm glad we made it here in the time that we did. I guess that's one good thing that came out of quarantine. I got a whole career out of it, so
yeah.
Because in July or June of last year, I was working at a call center and hating my life and just I don't want to do this forever. I hate this. I quit within a month and was yeah, I'm done doing jobs that I fucking hate waking up for.
Right.
Yes.
I'm not doing this anymore. If I can make it on writing, great. If I don't, we'll consider other options. But for right now, because it's look, I went and got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and still need 6 years of experience for $15 an hour. Fuck that.
Ain't that a bitch?
Gosh.
Bitch.
Yeah. So I was I'm not doing this. And it was another one of those things where when I went into college and I got these degrees, I was all, let's go fucking change the system. Let's go fix the system from the inside. And that shit's exhausting.
We had heart.
That's exhausting. Every time I think about it, I'm like, damn. And that call center, working at that call center last summer when it was, Black Lives Matter and after George Floyd's death, and I got to talk to, white Republicans, and they're yelling about, I hope my store doesn't get burned down and all this shit. And I'm I'm not sitting here.
I hope the fuck it does. I hope the fuck it does.
And I couldn't even say it on the phone. I'm damn, I need a break.
Out of my face.
I'm dead.
I putting them niggas on hold. Like, look, I'm gonna need you to give me 10 because I can't do this with you today, Marie. I need you to get the fuck off the phone. So I was like, nope, I quit. I'm done. I'm out. And then started doing this. And so far it worked out. I mean, I'm not, I'm making enough to pay my rent. So that's great. Thank y'all. Left.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Give me pounds.
You deserve that and more.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep that going. So I'm hoping that it works out. But yeah, that's just so far so good.
Yay.
Bye, Nick. Have a good night.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Yeah, that's amazing. When you're doing what you love and you can pay your rent, yes.
And I'm like, yo, bro, I got a 2-bedroom that I don't need. I live in my living room. Like, I don't use the other 2 bedrooms, but I don't want to live with people I don't know. So I'm over here paying $1,500 a month for not a damn thing, really. So it's like,
It's for peace.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's it. Like, whew. Yeah, that's the thing, though. Yeah, because I have all this time. I could just, lay down on my couch, go to sleep, wake up, edit, take a nap, sitting up, go back to it, edit. So it's just like, it's easier to work. Because, again, like, I can't. If I got people around me all the time, I can't concentrate because I'm like, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all want to talk? Y'all, do this? Like, and like, I do bother Whit all the time. Like, I called her today at work on accident. I didn't mean to, but called her on IG and scared the shit out of myself. And I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I almost threw my phone. I was like, oh shit, what'd I do? And then, so. But yeah, I just like talking, I guess.
Aveda says, I know we both have a million things we're planning to work on, but never say never.
That's it. I mean, that's what I said. Like, it's never a never no thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a chance. Y'all are, and y'all,
What's your pen name?
What?
How did you come up with your pen name?
Actually, we came up with them together. So it was
they did say, here it is.
Yeah.
Together.
Yes. The initials, I was like, that sounds cool. Because at the time, like, I didn't really know how I would be received as a male writing romance. I didn't know that, how far romance had come until I, came in. So now I don't really, now I'm like, everybody knows, like, everybody in my personal life knows. So, like, I don't even care. But it's like, yeah, like, it was just, initials seemed like an easy thing to do as opposed to anything else. But yeah, it sounds good to me. That's really what it was.
I like the last name Virtues. Look, I feel like your writing is just very grown and sexy, and the name reflects that. Like, the cover for Drag Me Up is so sleek and so clean, but you're gonna get your shit drugged when you get in there, and I love that.
We love it.
RM has 20 series. He needs to write first.
Yeah, I have a lot, but
That's amazing.
It's like, I put a lot of things off because I always have, like, I have this, whether whether I'm getting ahead of myself or not, I just have this idea, like, I can make a living off of writing, so I'm gonna have the time. And I don't want to rush things. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but there are so many ideas that I've just saved up over the years that still sound good to me. And like, every time I consume a new piece of media, another idea comes out of it. So it's just like, there's so many, and I never really know what my brain's gonna grab onto at any given time. So I try not to work on multiple projects at once, but sometimes it's just like, it has to happen because, like, I won't get anything done. I'm sitting here staring at, I'm stuck on one, and sitting here staring at it is not helping me. So I got to move on to another one, whatever. So I don't give myself too rigid of a schedule, but I still try to, like, get the numbers, you know what I mean? So like I said, I want to still have at least 3 more releases this year. I've kept to that, but I don't want to say for sure what those releases will be. So you know what I mean. So I do want to keep the Gods of Hunger series to 2 books a year, but that can always change. So it's just a matter of like if like, because I mean, I thought about it already. Like next year, if I put book 3 out in January, that would be a long time to only have 2 books. Because like it's the beginning of the year, so it just depends on honestly when I write the book. Because if it's done, and it's going out. Like, because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm doing all these excerpts and all these teasers, and I'm like I'm gonna have the whole book out here.
We're here trying to put the pieces together. Like, okay, which one to go first?
Right.
Yeah. Like that's why right now I was like looking at like, should I read one that I already put up or a new one? And then I read something new, and I was like, okay, I should probably stop because I have half the book out right now, which isn't really true because it's long. It's like 95K right now. So
wow,
I mean, we've got a lot. So it's great. But
that's amazing.
We'll be done soon. But yeah, I promised y'all arcs, so I will get them to you, just not today.
What about time?
Take your time.
I just want to know
anyway.
B said, "Take your time." I'm like, "What about tomorrow?"
Nah, I'll wait for the quality, boo, and I'm getting the quality.
Yeah.
RM,
like,
bitch, get with it.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's so good.
I am reaching my cutoff mark, you guys. It's 11 o'clock here.
I told y'all. I told you she was gonna call it first. I told you.
We had a bet going on who was going to call it quits first. I mean, not a bet, but
my husband is still. He had to walk to the store next door to his because I'm like, I'm still on the live, but you go walk around and window shop. Oh fuck.
All right. Well, thank you 1,000 times. Thank you so much for coming on here and chatting with us. Love you so much. To my lovely, lovely co-host, I love you all so much as well. Everybody who joined, thank you so much. So we're going to wrap it up. And so the next author chat, it's going to be with Katrina Jackson, and that's going to be on the 6th. So,
RM, you've been so inspirational.
Yeah.
This whole time. I love you.
For sure.
You were
from the bottom of my heart. I love you.
I love you all very much. This is very fun.
Thank you for popping out cherry tonight. Yes.
I was ready. I was like, let's go. Like, let's do it. But like, yeah.
Like you set the bar high. You set the bar real fucking high.
Nicole was like 30 minutes, and I was like,
I love it.
30
2
minutes.
hours.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, once you started talking, we gonna cut you off? Hell no. Keep talking.
I'm like, keep talking.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna
niggas
say
don't
no.
leave when they say they're gonna leave. They leave 30 minutes, an hour after they say they're gonna leave, an hour and a half. Like,
you know how black folk are.
We come in late and we chill.
Exactly.
I was not gonna cut you off. I'm gonna let you talk however long you wanted to talk.
Woo. Maybe we'll be 30 minutes the next time. That's a good one. Yeah. We won't.
Exactly.
However long you want to talk. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much again. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay.
See y'all.
Thank you for coming.
Yay.